Welcome to What the Health with Dr. Foss. This is, gosh, I don't even know how many podcasts we've done so far, but today, wow, what like a blessing. I don't know, blessing, is that the word? I am super excited. Yes, it is a blessing, Leah, to have you here. Today, I have as a guest the wonderful, the talented Miss Leah Hayes.
Oh, well, thank you, Dr. Foss.
Well,
It's an honor to be here.
Man, I could tell you, super excited for you to be here. I don't get that much time to actually sit and talk with you. No, I've known you for what, like 10 years now?
Yeah.
Maybe or more. I think you were 8 years old when I first met you. And when you come into the office, you know, you're here there for a handful of minutes, but I don't get a chance to really kind of sit down and shoot the bull with you. So I am extremely excited for you to be here today.
Yeah, me too.
And it's Christmas time too, so there's, you know, all of this whirlwind going on. You just got into town yesterday from Virginia.
Yes. Yeah. Finished up practice and had about 50 minutes to get to the airport and check my bags and get on the plane. So luckily, Charlottesville has a really small airport, so you get there and you're pretty much checked in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like O'Hare.
Don't even get me started at O'Hare.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah. So you flew into O'Hare or Midway?
I did fly in O'Hare.
How long a flight is it?
On a good day, it's an hour and a half. On a bad day, it is 2 hours.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
not too bad.
That's,
Yeah,
no,
not
that's
too
just
bad
a
at
little hop,
all.
skip, and a jump. All right. So Miss Leah, all right. We've known each other for a while. Can I just give a little bit of background, a little history about, I guess, how we've met? And if you guys can see on the screen, right, we share a couple things in common. So we first met at your mom at I don't know if your dad was there or not, but we were in St. Charles at a coffee shop called Arcedium. Is that right? Is that the name of it, Eric? Arcedium? Yeah. So it's Arcedium, and this was like 2013, 14 it could have been. Yeah, 2014. So it was even more than 10 years ago. And there was an alopecia support group meeting that was there. And I think you had just lost your hair because you were 7 or 8. Yeah. And I remember going to that meeting, and then you were sitting there. This little girl was right there. And even at that time, at 8 years old, there was something about you that spoke volumes, like your heart, your spirit. There was something there that you weren't like this 8-year-old girl that was sitting there. You already could tell. One could already tell that there was the presence of someone great at that point.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So at 8, then, how is it that you got into swimming?
I actually got into swimming from a friend who invited me just to do some swim lessons with them at this hole-in-the-wall spa club. And, well, I had a crush on him at the time. So I was I'll go to some lessons with you. And I ended up going, and my coach, who ended up training me for 12 years, or gosh, I don't even know. Since I went up to college.
So that's the one that was at the swim club. Your coach there. Yeah.
Yes. She spotted me and thought that I was doing really well in swim lessons and asked me to be a part of her team. And then, the rest is history.
Yeah. The name of the team?
Well, it changed. The first one was Tidal Waves. And then now it transitioned over to another pool with a new name, Fox Valley Park District Riptides.
The Riptides. Yeah, Fox Valley Park District. I'll never forget. So I was watching the Olympic trials? Getting into the Olympic trials or something. I think it was the Olympic trials.
Yeah.
So, you have all these ladies standing at the, what do you call it? The starting block, but it's the starting block.
Yeah.
What is it? Is there an official term?
Just the blocks.
The blocks. All right. So we're starting at the blocks here. And and this was a few years back, and the ladies that are standing on the blocks are, they're like 6 foot and they're tall and their shoulders and they're ripped and they're like from Texas, from the University of Texas, swimming and blah blah blah, and then this from the University of Michigan, whatever, and they're all these big names, and then you have Leah Hayes and the Leah Hayes next, and swimming out of the Park District, out of Aurora Park District, Leah Hayes, and Leah's like almost like not half the size, but it was just like so funny to see all these big people from the university, and then all of a sudden, out of the Park
There's
District.
me from the Park District.
And then, the best part of it is it's like it's kind of like a sleep. You're like a sleeper swimmer, right? Because they don't expect you. You're pretty young too, and then to tear things up like you do, it is it's amazing to watch you swim. Because I think you do take a lot of people by surprise.
Thank you. Yeah, I like to back half my races because I think it's not my style and I don't feel comfortable going out super fast at the beginning. I feel like that would make me burn out at the end. And so I kind of just wait until I feel like it's the right time to really, really dig in and go.
Yeah. So tell me about, let's get into some of this swimming now. I know that you've got a lot of records of Illinois records, state records, and national records, and you probably don't like to talk about all your accolades and this, that, and the other. But let's at least give a little credit where credit's due. Let's talk about some of these things that you have under your belt. So, some of the records that you have in state and national, what are they?
I have a few state records throughout the different age groups.
Right.
I broke a few national records when I was like 10. Haven't done much of that since.
Yeah.
But then I broke a world junior record when I was like 16.
Which one was that?
2 IM
Uh-huh.
at the World Championships. But yeah.
Awesome. So what do you think that has so having some of these things under your belt, some of the 10 and under, 12 and under, 13U, 14U, maybe some of the records that you have. What has that done as far as for how you swim today? Has that taught you anything? What does that give you?
It gives me a lot of confidence that I was able to accomplish those things. But it has been kind of like a shadow, especially my World Championships performance. I haven't broken that time since I swam that race.
What year was that?
That was 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah. So ever since then, I've kind of been in a little bit of like a slump, I would say, just kind of mentally being like, what do I need to do to get better? And I'm holding myself to these standards and this pressure that I haven't been getting better. Mm-hmm. And I've come to realize that more recently and over the past 1 to 2 years. And so I'm starting to work towards, mentally thinking about things differently in swimming so that I'm able to achieve what I want to achieve and beat that time. Because I've put in the work, I've put in the effort to do a better time, but it's just how I can approach things mentally that are affecting it.
You've had a lot to really, there was a lot to adapt to in this last year. Graduating high school, picking a college. Now, let the folks know where you're at right now.
Yeah, I just finished my 3rd semester at the University of Virginia, and I will be applying to the kinesiology program this winter. Yes.
Awesome. And so you swim at the University of Virginia. Mm-hmm. What's that like now for you compared to, say, the Riptides and what you've done with the USA swim team as well?
Yeah.
It's got to be a pretty big challenge. It takes a lot of time, probably a lot of stress with that too.
Yeah, it is definitely not easy, but it's truly a blessing and a privilege to be a part of both those things. Not only a student at the University of Virginia, but part of such an astounding swim team as well. But the practices are they're a little nightmarish.
Yeah.
But it definitely it makes sense for how good this team is. You put in the work and you get the results, and this team is really putting in the work. And to tell you about the training and how it differs from when I was a part of a Park District team. I used to swim like 2 hours every night, and that was it when I was a part of the Park District. And I would take Sundays off. So I'd swim 6 days out of the week for 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
But now I swim in the morning at night. I do this thing called Dryland, which is a bunch of like calisthenics and different like lightweight exercises that are similar to that in like Pilates.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do weightlifting as well. So I'm training 20 hours a week with a lot more intensity and endurance and yardage too. So it definitely, I definitely feel like I'm getting better.
I can tell that you've grown too this year. That 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 picture that I have in my mind of all the ladies that were on the block from Texas and Virginia or whatever, and then Leah Hayes gets up on the block and she's like half their size.
Yeah.
For the I keep wanting to call it the swim team, but it's the Riptides were the
Park District.
Park District.
Yeah.
Park District. So yeah, there's a lot more training in college. So yeah,
A lot more intensity too. Yeah.
yeah. So would you say that with the training that you've had in Virginia, that is like you're getting closer to some of the times that you had in 2023?
Yeah. This past summer I went to the World University Games, and I was finally on track to beating a lot of my times. I was 1 second or less than, I think I was 5/10 off my best from 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now, was the 2022 times, those were all because you were Olympic trial? You were doing
No,
trial things?
that was just like the summer of sophomore year of high school, and I just had a great year.
Yeah, right.
But now I'm like a sophomore in college, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So when I didn't care about swimming, that's when I was doing my best.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of an interesting perspective and mindset to have, because you have to put in so much. You put in the work, you get the rewards. And I think in swimming you have to, take everything to a T and be very precise about your movements and your nutrition, your training, the reps you're doing in the weight room. Everything has to be very accurate. But you also have to balance that and not take everything so seriously. It's just a sport.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you've had a lot of, that's a great lesson. And I think that you've taken had a lot of life lessons really that you've had to take in at such a young age. And one of them being this beautiful little thing that we both get to experience, not having those hair follicles, right? And so what I don't know, what insights and what understandings and what lessons have you learned through this alopecia journey? I know that I could share with you some of my insights that I've had. Well, maybe I will start there. One of my biggest fears in my entire life growing up was being bald. It was one of the biggest fears that I had. I remember, God, I love my dad so much. But I remember as a little kid, I grow up, I look up at my dad, and he was a little overweight. He had bald beard, he wore cowboy boots and shorts. Like, who does that? Cowboy boots is, I was like, my gosh. And now I look back and I'm like, that guy was a rebel. He didn't care what anybody thought. He's going to grow a beard. He's going to be a little overweight. He's going to be bald. He's going to wear shorts and cowboy boots and go get him, Denny. But, I would look at that as a kid and I was like, I do not want to be overweight. I do not want to be bald. And I'm going to do everything I can to not have those things. And, one of those is a lot more easy in your grasp and in your control to do things, like your weight. So that was always going to be like not overweight. But you know what? You can't really do too much. There's not too much in your grasp and control about one's hair. So, yeah, my biggest fear was losing my hair. And what you fear comes near. It's actually been one of the biggest blessings. The biggest, blessings of my life was losing all my hair, because it allowed me to then say, all right, well, if this is my biggest fear, and here it is, what you fear comes near, and you face it. And then I was like, oh, well, that's not such a big deal. And then you start releasing all of these things and all of these, like, what would it be? It would be the vanity and whatever else. Vanity's the big one, I guess. And you just let it go. And then, like, even with you, there is so much. Like, when you walk into a room, Leah Hayes, you bring presence, and like nobody sees. I don't think anybody sees the no hairness. People just see your beauty, and that comes from here, and it radiates out of you, Leah. It just absolutely radiates out of you. And so I guess my big aha was that, your persona, yourself, your who you are is less about what's on the surface. And losing all my hair was a nice breakthrough to that. And then I just started becoming me.
Yeah.
And then, like, almost like then my superpower became not having hair and being bald, the thing that I was afraid of more than anything in my life.
Yeah.
What are some things that you've, I don't know, with this alopecia thing, have you come to realize?
I mean, I definitely share that that view as the same as yours. I think with women, it's such a standard to have hair as a part of our beauty and our look. I've even had women come up to me and tell me, like, you should wear a wig. You would be so much prettier if you had hair. And I just look at them and I'm like, no, like, that is not me.
Yeah.
I want to be myself. This is how God made me, and this is how I'm meant to be. So this is who I am, and you're going to get it.
Yeah.
And I also get really uncomfortable wearing wigs too.
Yeah,
they're
the
not
worst, right? Itchy.
No, they're so itchy and they're so uncomfortable. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna like put up with this uncomfortable material.
Yeah.
Just so someone can think I'm a little bit prettier. Like, fine, no, I think I'm pretty as is. So that's what we're gonna go with.
Plus, it's like your head can't. It's almost suffocating.
Yeah, it really is. And like also not having hair for so many years and it's laying on your head and your shoulders. I literally am like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like 2 minutes, I'm like, we're done here.
Yeah, I remember putting a wig on for it was a Halloween, or there was a birthday party or something. And it was the most uncomfortable 2 hours of my life. It was horrible. It was in my eyes and my scratching, and every once in a while, I think it would be fun to wear one. Mm-hmm. Now I remember at that Alopecia Support Network, there was this wig company that came, and they would take this laser and like put a laser around your head so they could get like an accurate like measurement of your head, all the little nooks and crannies, and then they would have like I think they made like a silicone, like, that would stick to your head, and then they put the wig on top of the silicone thing, so that way it wouldn't be as itchy or whatever. Oh. And I thought, that's an idea.
That's interesting.
But again, I would think I would only want to wear it on like Halloween or something, some sort of weird, Yeah.
If
I wanted to scare my wife or something, being like, see if she would recognize me at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But wigs aren't. They don't really work.
Yeah, I wore one up until the 4th grade, and then the kids in my grade were also starting to notice, like, I didn't have eyelashes or eyebrows, and people would come up to me and tell me and ask me, and they'd be like, Leah, where is your hair? Where are your eyebrows? I'd be like, oh no, they're They're super blonde. You can't see them, I promise. And I got tired of telling those lies and also wearing a wig too. Because, in PE and recess in elementary school, you're super active and you work up a bit of a sweat, and I would just be so hot. I would be so uncomfortably hot with the wig and everything. And I was like, you know what? I'm done wearing this.
Yeah.
Like, I am not going to wear this anymore. And I remember it was 4th grade, Veterans Day, after our assembly, that my entire class and I went to the cafeteria, and I told them. Of course, I had told my principal and my teachers, and they were all aware this was happening, and they helped me plan it. But I stood in front of my whole grade, and I just said, this is what I have. This is what I'm going to look like moving forward, and you're going to have to accept it.
Yeah. It's freeing, isn't it?
It is. It was. I remember I cried. I took off my wig, and I was crying from tears of joy, just being free. Of being like this person, this persona that I was prompting. And there's nothing wrong with wearing a wig. It's based on everyone's comfort level, but it wasn't comfortable for me.
Yeah.
And when I took it off, I just felt so relieved. And my class, the reaction that I got was unbelievable. My classmates were crying for me.
Oh.
They were sobbing. They were hugging me. They were like, Leah, we're so happy that you could tell us this. We can't believe that you would feel that you need to hide this from us. We just want you to be yourself. And they were just so supportive throughout it all. And even going in the middle school, and when all our grades kind of combined from the elementary schools, I felt this support system, and that these people that I had grown up with would fight for me in any case.
Probably some of the reason why there's such a presence with you is because you're not hiding behind anything, and it's almost like you put your heart out there, and it's pretty freeing. It really is, isn't it? I remember when I shaved my head for the first time, because it was all starting to, it comes out in clumps. Mine was it was November. It started. I remember getting a little circle on my goatee, and there was this circle here and a circle here, and then pretty soon it kind of looked like a leopard skin. There you have all these little dots around. It was like, oh, all right, this is happening. This is happening. And then, and that was November, and then by the beginning of January, I shaved my head because it was really getting super thin, and when I shaved it, that was the aha. That was like you taking your wig off. I was like, all right, there's no like, you can't comb things over anymore. You can't try to hide or just do whatever. You take it off, and there it is. And it was just like,
this is it.
Yeah, this is it. And then I shaved for a couple more weeks was all. And then I had nothing more to shave. Nothing was coming back. And it's like this transformation. And I remember telling you right before you got the Sports Illustrated Kid of the Year, or Sports Kid of the Year. What was the 2018 Sports Illustrated Kids?
Sports Kid
of the Year. Yeah, I knew that you were going to win that award, or win that. I knew it as soon as I heard that you were in the midst of it. I was like, oh yeah, that's Leah's, no problem. And I told you, I said, there's some people that when they lose all of their hair and they transform into their new beautiful selves, there are some people that it really hits them hard and it destroys them. Well, it destroys them? Is that it? Yeah, it really hits them hard. Hence the whole reason why there was an alopecia support group, because I had met a couple people, and it really was like, I remember talking to this one guy. It was during the Christmas stroll, Geneva Christmas stroll, and he had alopecia because when you have alopecia, you look for the eyebrows, right? You look for the different clues. And I was talking to him. He's like, "Wow, you seem to be handling it pretty well." I was like, "Well, you move on. It's either you like it or what else is there? If you don't like it, then you have to do the wigs and the stuff, and then you're hiding and whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I said, well, when did you lose your hair? He said, and he was probably 60 years old at the time. And he said when he was in middle school and high school, and it really had a huge effect on him. I don't know if it was from his, from the friends and stuff around him, but you could tell he still kind of held on to some of this stuff. And he's like, you're handling it pretty well. And I was like, well, it was freeing. And so as I was saying, I was telling you, there's some people where they have this and it hits them really hard. And sometimes, you know what, you come up to this challenge and some people use it as a springboard into greatness. And that's exactly what you've done. It was freeing and you've used it. Because I tell you what, there's not a better sport to be in with this kind of situation than swimming, right?
Mm-hmm. I will say, though, I think it's very appropriate to have good and bad days with alopecia. For me, there are days where I've been wig free since the 4th grade. Mm-hmm. And there are still some days being a college sophomore where I'm like, I don't want to be bald today. Mm-hmm. I'm going to put on a hat. And that's fine. That's just my comfort level for the day.
Yeah. But
I think the end all be all thing is, it's been uncomfortable growing up with alopecia. It's not, like I said, I've had women come up to me and tell me that I'd be prettier with hair. I've been called so many names. But at the end of the day, it's what I believe. And what I believe is no one else knows my story, so why should I believe them? Why should I believe that this person, they call me I'm a freak? No. They have no idea what I've been through. I'm obviously not a freak. God gave me this for a reason. Why should I hide it?
Yeah.
Why should I feel the need to be ashamed of this? This is how he made me. This is what happened. Everything in life happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this and I'm going to do good with it. And that's what I've been trying to do.
And you've been doing a pretty good job.
Thanks.
Very good job. I don't, when you come into the office, I don't get to see this, or I'm unaware of some of the struggles that you may be going through because, we come to the office and everybody's happy to see you. So there's like this different kind of vibration that's going on. And it's, it's good to know that, I shouldn't say good to know, but I'm glad I know now that, not everything's all peaches and cream, and, it's a lot different situation and story for you as it was for me, and, boy versus girl thing, because men lose their hair anyway, much more normally. And I guess that's another reason why I hold you in such high esteem, is because you've experienced this through your whole life, and to me, you handle it with such grace, dignity, power, and like I said, like a springboard, like you're using it for your own good, and there's no hiding behind it, and there's no like, woe was me, there's no victim mindset. You're a powerhouse, Leah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you say that some of these strengths that you've had to, some of the lessons that we've learned with alopecia, has there been any of that that's translated into some of the discipline or things that you've had to take into the pool?
Yeah, I think a lot of it. The way that I treat other people is because of what I've learned from alopecia. I've been bullied, and from that, I know to treat people with kindness, regardless if they have treated me poorly. It takes a different perspective when you get an autoimmune disease that changes you physically. You are perceived in a different way, and you realize, when I was 8 years old, you're not supposed to really think about what other people are thinking of you. But when I got alopecia, I started having those thoughts. I started seeing people's reactions to my alopecia. And from there, I think I realized, what I do with myself and my actions, I have to treat other people with kindness. I have no idea what they have going on with themselves, their backstory, even if they look perfectly fine. It doesn't matter. I have to treat them with kindness. Because I wouldn't want someone treated the way that I was treated growing up, to hold that with them.
Yeah.
And that's the golden rule that I have told many people and I live by, is treat others the way that you want to be treated. Another thing that I've learned that comes with, sportsmanship. You're not going to, if someone doesn't do well in a race, you're not going to splash them and be like, ha ha, you lose. like you could be the loser sometimes,
Yeah.
But I think another thing that I've learned with alopecia is just having a glass half full, always. Alopecia is really such a minor autoimmune disease when you think about it.
Exactly. I've woken up to being like, you know what, could be worse, could have something.
It could be so much worse.
So much worse.
Like as I'm taking these kinesiology classes, I'm learning of all of these different autoimmune diseases that will take away your ability to walk, to talk, to just move your body. Yeah. And it's like when I am just simply losing my hair, that's nothing. That's nothing. I have no room to complain.
Yeah, could be stage 4 terminal cancer. Could be Lou Gehrig's. Could be just something that is just so
something that puts
far.
a time limit on you.
Yeah.
But this is just restricting my hair.
Yeah.
I'm fine. So I think with that, I move into the pool, and if I don't get, a good time or a time that I want, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take this. I'm going to go back to training. This was a good race. I did good walls, good techniques. What can we do to do better? It's always looking at, what did I do good? How can I do better? Never the negatives.
Yeah, perseverance.
Mm-hmm.
With applied kinesiology, that's an exciting field, because there's a lot of chiropractic that kind of dovetails into that as well. And I remember when I first lost the hair, I was learning about functional medicine things as well, things from toxins and heavy metals and mold toxins and diet and nutrition and toxicities, deficiencies, and all the different things that are correlated with autoimmune, as well as the neurological part and the immunological part and all this, that, and the other. And I obviously haven't figured out the cure yet, but what I did figure out along the way has helped me not only with some of the other parts with alopecia, but with other aspects of my life too. In fact, that's how you and your mom and your family started first coming in, because I said, I don't have a cure for alopecia, but I do have an understanding over some of the things that I've learned over the past few years about autoimmune disorders and how it affects, what can be at the root of these autoimmune disorders, this dysautonomia. And anyway, so I'd gone down all of the rabbit holes of gut health and toxicity, mold toxicity, heavy metal toxicity, all of these things. And I was doing, and I still continue to do them. I can say I pulse them more, cycle some of these things on and off. But for a handful of years, I was hardcore mold detox, paleo, non-inflammatory diet, all sorts of things. And when I first started doing these functional treatments, if you will, I remember at first, when I first lost all my hair, my fingernails. Did you ever have issues with your fingernails?
Oh, they're awful. I won't show them any sort of photo. They're like, I bought this nail polish just to make them some sort of bit harder because they're so weak. Yeah, I had that too, and they were like, I wouldn't have, the white part that's called the luna something. It's the half moon white that's on the first part of your nail. I didn't have any of those on any of my nails, and then my nails were very brittle, just like what you were saying too. And after doing some of getting more under chiropractic care, doing detoxes and this,
my nails started coming back. And I lost a handful of pounds and became leaner. Not that I was ever overweight, but was just, leaner. The problem that I was having sleeping at night, where I was waking up a lot in the middle of the night, that would improve. So I was starting to see how these functional treatments can help heal the gut and help, help with other aspects. Wasn't getting too much on the follicular end of things, but other parts of my health were improving as well. So I guess that, to make a short story long, with applied kinesiology, is there anything that you're looking to kind of get into as far as gaining some more understanding with alopecia?
Yeah. I have been going down the pre-med track. I'm looking at either being some sort of chiropractor or a dermatologist, and using what I've learned from my early childhood, having alopecia, and also going to you as my chiropractor, and just my experience with swimming and knowing the physiological base of it. I'm going to try to see what I can do.
I remember one of the best things you ever said, best compliments you ever gave me. You said, I said something about, getting adjustment before your big meet. And you said something to the fact that you didn't want to tell any of the other girls that you're swimming against, or there was something to the fact that you didn't want to tell anybody else that your secret weapon was chiropractic. So you would tell any of the other swimmers. And I was like, oh, that's great. That's fun. But
I want business.
yeah, right? It was your secret weapon, right? And so what would you say that how chiropractics helped you through different aspects of your life?
Yeah.
Whether it's swimming, whether it's whatever the case may be.
I mean, I think it's helped me so very much through so many aspects in life. I started coming to you back, 2015?
2015.
And from there, what grade was I in?
That's 11 years ago from now. So how old are you now?
Gosh, we'll just say elementary school.
Yeah, it was elementary school. It was soon after you had lost all your hair, because I don't think I remember you ever having a wig. So when you were
not when I came to your office.
Yeah, or even at that alopecia support group. Of course, why would you at an alopecia support group? You'd be like, can you imagine? Never mind. I'm glad we both got a chuckle out of that. Yeah. Who's this person coming in with a wig? This is Alopecia Support Network.
But yeah, so I feel like I definitely noticed a difference in the way that I was able to learn at school. I know it's such a far time back, but before I started coming to chiropractic, I was in RTI and the special reading groups. And then, there's a correlation between when I started going to chiropractic and getting adjustments and when I stopped needing extra help in school. I think that with those adjustments, it takes off the physical stress and blocks that are happening in the body, energy blocks, and it's helping you focus your energy on the task at hand rather than the different inflammation areas in the body. Another thing with swimming is I have noticed so very much especially when I'm just swimming, if my hip's out of place, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't keep my body line straight. In swimming, it's so important to have correct posture and body line in the water. You're literally supposed to just be on the surface. So when my hip is out and I can feel it, it's dragging me. It's sinking me at the bottom of the pool, and I can't kick as fast as my my teammates or in previous workouts. So after an adjustment, though, I notice it. I'm like, all right, I'm able to keep my body more in line with the surface, and I'm able to move more loosely and freely.
Biomechanics improve.
Yeah. And then I think with alopecia as well, there's been a huge jump. I've been focusing on gut health as well. And, I think there's a lot of things that affect your nervous system. The traumas, the thoughts, the toxins. And I've just been focusing on what am I eating that's good? Is it bad or is it good? My thoughts, I've been focusing them toward more positive. And traumas, well, I swim a hell of a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm doing the best recovery that I can.
Yeah.
But I think those three and making sure that my nervous system is set has been really helping me with my hair growth. Reducing any sort of inflammation or stress on the body, I think, is going to be able to allow it to work correctly. And all those bodily functions and executive functions can carry out.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think that it helps you with getting mentally prepared for competition?
Yeah. I mean, when I feel like something is off in my body, that's going to affect me mentally before a race, before anything. When I'm getting up there and I'm like, oh, my hip is out, I know that my body line's going to be off. And that thought, that presence is going to, I've worked to not have it deter me, but it's definitely
right.
And then also just it not feeling well.
I think I just need to move to Virginia, I think.
You should.
Yeah, I think my wife would like that a lot too because she doesn't like the cold. It's got to be beautiful down there, huh?
It's currently 50 degrees.
That's so much warmer than here. Kinesiology, I think you would be a great chiropractor. I think you should go all in on chiropractic, Leah Hayes, but there's no pressure. Plus, I would like for you to take over my office eventually one day because I think you would be amazing at that. No pressure.
No pressure.
And no, but if
we're biased.
Honestly though, you would be the best chiropractor. The best.
Thank you.
You want to know why?
Why?
For 100 reasons, but I'll start with one. One, you have the ambition to do such things. So if you haven't noticed, chiropractic sometimes doesn't get in our culture and our society the most accolades and the best limelight, if you will. In fact, a lot of times it can kind of be poo-pooed and diminished. And it takes somebody with a light like you to stand up to those kind of things. So one, you kind of had some things in your life that would give you the perseverance and the perspective to be a great chiropractor, somebody that can handle those kind of things. Two, you have the smarts for it too. Three, you've had the experience of things of having alopecia and having different things and using chiropractic in your life to help with swimming, to help with your immune system. So you've got life experience with it. You're smart, and you have the physical ability to deliver amazing adjustments too, because you get biomechanics, because you don't have to, wail on people in order to get segments and spinal bones to move. You just have to have the right force at the right time with the right understanding the biomechanics of how things move, and then you just deliver a little flick, and then things release. And you've got the understanding of those things. So honestly, you would be a lights out, an amazing chiropractor. And most importantly, which I almost forgot, your leadership. You can help lead patients and give them the hope that they need, because a lot of times people are coming to us as their last resort because they've tried 100 other things, right? They've gone to this doctor and that doctor, and they'll tell them, well, it's this, it's this problem over here. They'll get a different diagnosis here and a different diagnosis there. And then once you're in chiropractic and you start realizing that diagnosis is just a distraction, because the diagnosis is just a labeling of the symptoms. We want to know what's causing the symptoms. We want to know why something isn't working properly. I don't care what it's called. The what it's called kind of gives us something that we can talk about, so we all know we're shooting for the same thing. But why it's happening is the key. And when you can lead somebody and give them hope and say, you know what, there's some reasonings why your why your body's not functioning the way it's supposed to, why it's not moving the way it's supposed to, because kinesiology and neurology are very intimately connected. 80 to 90% of the brain's nutrition comes from movement of the spine. So the brain is literally getting fed by the kinesiology of the spine. And if you can figure that part out, and that the spine is like this circuit board, right, for the brain, which the generator of life, and goes through the spinal cord, the circuit board. And if you can start then playing with that and affecting that, you affect then, the neurology. Now, what was I getting to the point of why you would be great? Because you understand the biomechanics, you understand a lot of this. And I'm telling you, Leah Hayes, if you went to chiropractic school, you've got 100% support. You've got the letters of recommendation coming from this guy, because yeah, you would be amazing.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So what's next? What's next for you? So you're a freshman. I remember when I was a freshman.
Sophomore.
What?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore. I've been in college for a bit now.
No, I thought this was your. No, this is your second year, isn't it?
Oh, where have you been?
Yeah. Well, I guess my head down at Vital Wellness Center just cluck. Why did I think? I don't know. So this is your second year. We'll edit that out, Jack. What's so your kinesiology, swimming. What's else? What are some plans, some dreams, ambitions? So the Olympics are coming up.
Yeah. 2 years from now,
2
the
years.
LA Olympics will be in America.
LA Olympics.
Yeah. I shouldn't say in America. Let me restart that. All right. Yeah, the LA Olympics in 2028.
Is California out of America? Have we kicked them out?
No, I had to restart. We had to restart that. Backtrack. Cut that out. But yeah, I definitely have my eyes on the 2028 Olympics in LA, and I feel like I have a very promising chance with the training that I'm doing at the University of Virginia. And yeah, I don't really have much plans in between then and now. Just graduate, maybe get some experience in that I need for my career, and go to school and go and train.
You spend your summers in Virginia, I would assume now, right, with swimming?
I do, yeah.
All right. I was just thinking about some summer training and Vital Wellness Center that you could be doing.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice. But with swimming, we get 3 weeks out of the year outside of Virginia.
Yeah.
We get 4 days at Thanksgiving, 1 week at Christmas, and then after our last summer meet, then we get to do whatever we want. But usually my last summer meet is in August, so I get a week or two off from swimming.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think, Miss Leah, we are going to wrap this series up because our time is almost up already.
What?
I know it's been an hour. It's almost 1 o'clock. Can you believe it?
No.
Well, I want to thank you so much for being here. Merry Christmas. Honestly, I am so thankful that you've been a part of my life. You've given me a lot of hope and just a lot of pleasure being able to serve you and your family. It's been an amazing journey, an amazing ride, and I wish nothing but the best for you and for everything in your future. If you ever need any kind of, help, direction, like I said, letter or recommendation to get here or there or anywhere, don't hesitate to ask.
Thank you, Dr. Foss.
You're welcome.